Port Charles has weathered countless storms over the decades: explosions, betrayals, long-lost children, and courtroom bombshells that left the town reeling. But nothing could have prepared fans for the moment Gio finally opened his mouth and shattered everything people thought they knew. What began as subtle tension turned into a devastating confession that sent shockwaves through the hospital corridors and living rooms alike. When Gio delivered his heartbreaking news, even the most seasoned General Hospital viewers were left stunned, scrambling for answers, and bracing for fallout that may change the canvas forever. This isn't just another sad storyline. This is the kind of revelation that redefines characters, fractures families, and rewrites the future of Port Charles. For weeks, fans sensed something was wrong with Gio. He smiled less. He avoided eye contact. He lingered in doorways as if unsure whether to enter or walk away forever. In a town where secrets rarely stay buried, Gio's silence spoke louder than any confession. Viewers took to social media, speculating wildly. Was he sick? Was he leaving town? Was there another betrayal coming? Or worse, was he hiding something that could destroy someone he loved? Writers cleverly built the tension through fleeting glances, interrupted conversations, and emotional near misses. Gio seemed trapped between the truth and the fear of what that truth would do to the people around him. And then came the episode no one will forget. It happened quietly, no explosions, no gunshots, no courtroom chaos. Just Gio. A private room. And a truth too heavy to carry any longer. When Gio finally spoke, his voice cracked. His eyes filled with tears he had been holding back for far too long. What he revealed wasn't just shocking, it was devastating. Gio wasn't just making an announcement. He was saying goodbye to the life he had built in Port Charles. Gio is leaving Port Charles, but not by choice. The truth? He's been fighting a losing battle behind the scenes, one he never intended anyone to know about. Whether it's an irreversible medical diagnosis, a dangerous secret deal, or a past mistake finally catching up to him, one thing is clear. Gio believes staying will destroy the people he loves most. And that belief is what makes his decision unbearable. This isn't a dramatic exit fueled by anger or betrayal. This is sacrifice. The most painful part of Gio's revelation wasn't just the news itself, it was why he kept it hidden. Gio admitted he stayed silent because he didn't want pity. He didn't want to be seen as weak. And above all, he didn't want to become another tragedy in a town already drowning in grief. Port Charles has lost too many people to fate, violence, and cruel twists of destiny. Gio convinced himself that disappearing quietly would hurt less than forcing everyone to watch him fall apart. But he was wrong. The aftermath was immediate and brutal. When the truth spread, reactions rippled through the canvas like a tidal wave. Some characters reacted with disbelief, others with rage, and some collapsed under the weight of guilt, realizing the signs had been there all along. One character, arguably the person closest to Gio, was completely blindsided. Their heartbreak wasn't loud or explosive. It was silent, raw, and far more devastating to watch. Fans flooded social media with emotional reactions. I've watched GH for 20 years and this broke me. Why does Gio always suffer in silence? This feels like a goodbye I'm not ready for. Perhaps the cruelest aspect of Gio's news is what it does to his love life. Just when things were finally stabilizing, just when hope felt possible, everything fell apart. Gio admitted that love was the very reason he couldn't stay. Because loving someone means protecting them. And in Gio's mind, protection means walking away. That single choice, made out of love, may haunt Port Charles for years. Longtime GH fans know one thing. No goodbye is ever simple. While Gio insists he's leaving for good, history tells us otherwise. Characters have vanished before, only to return changed, hardened, or carrying even darker secrets. Still, this exit feels different. There's a finality to Gio's words. A heaviness that suggests unfinished business and emotional scars that won't heal easily. Is this truly the end of Gio's story, or just the beginning of something far more tragic? Within hours of the episode airing, fan theories erupted. Gio is terminally ill and hiding it from everyone. Gio is taking the fall for someone else's crime. Gio is being forced out by a dangerous enemy to protect his loved ones. Gio's past is about to collide with Port Charles in catastrophic fashion. Each theory carries the same heartbreaking conclusion. Gio doesn't believe he deserves happiness anymore. What makes Gio's news resonate so deeply isn't just the plot twist, it's the realism behind it. This is a story about fear, guilt, self-sacrifice, and the belief that love sometimes means letting go. In a soap opera world full of outrageous twists, this storyline feels painfully human. That's why fans can't stop talking about it. That's why this moment hurts. Gio's decision won't exist in a vacuum. It will reignite old conflicts, force long-buried secrets into the open, push certain characters toward dangerous choices, and possibly lead to another devastating loss. One character may chase after him, another may blame themselves, and someone else may exploit the chaos for their own gain. In Port Charles, heartbreak never travels alone. Viewers universally praise the raw emotion behind Gio's scenes. No overacting, no theatrics, just quiet devastation. The performance reminded fans why General Hospital remains powerful after decades on the air, because when it commits to emotional storytelling, it hits hard. As Gio prepares to walk away, one question lingers. Will someone stop him in time? Soap history tells us that airport farewells, last-minute confessions, and shocking interruptions are always possible. But even if Gio stays, nothing will ever be the same again. Trust has been broken. Hearts have been shattered. And the truth can't be taken back. Gio's heartbreaking news isn't just another storyline. It's a turning point. For the character, for the people who love him, and for fans who weren't ready to say goodbye. Whether Gio leaves for a short time or forever, his confession has already left a permanent mark on Port Charles. And one thing is certain.